Are you about to witness the greatest war in Call of Dragons history? Who knows? Because this is BTR versus EDS, and honestly, this to me has been an amazing about day one. We streamed the entire thing for over 10 hours, and we will showcase those links in the description down below. But today we're going to go through 3 insane highlights of this situation, so let's break it down. Hello everyone, yeah, smash like, comment, and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, the one and only, and we're here on Call of Dragons covering arguably one of the greatest wars I have ever witnessed in Call of Dragons history, and this could be the #1 war so far for pure entertainment value, because we've got EDS and IM here versus BTR in this division 2409, and it's been a great suit. Well, what we're going to do is break down this kind of first 3 fights that I've got for you that are highlights of the live stream. There will be a little pinned comment about, should appear, that might be part 1, and maybe later on you can see part 2 as well appear, which obviously if you want to check the full videos, you can check the full stream out. It was non-stop action. But what we need to break down first is EDS, right? Because EDS in this first fight is going to be the instigators, right? They're going to be the ones that aggress and push forward compared to BTR, which is going to be a very important spoiler for the next fight that we're going to be going into, right? So when we break down this actual map, right, EDS have actually needed to move all the way around this spire as well as the level 3 spire at the very top, right? So they are tanking a bit of damage before, you know, sacrificing an infantry. So a big W to any of those infantry players out there that are sacrificing themselves to allow the ball to progress forward. But they are going through these 2 different spires, as well as this one spire you can see right above me here. This is the final destination, because on the other side of this spire is gonna be BTR, right? Which is really, really important. From here, we're going to go into a little slide here, and this is showcasing the current fight breakdown. And this is where it's really interesting, because BTR are pushing their flags very slowly at the time, then activating their alliance skill buff after they beat EDS. And this is a really important part, because EDS are trying to push BTR to try and waste and delay that alliance skill. So that does give you guys a little bit of, you know, insight of what we are witnessing here, right? And what in this first fight is going to happen is BTR is going to be defending on this point, and then you got EDS coming from the top, as well as their allies IM coming from the bottom. So let's see what happens and how this devastating attack of a sandwich does come through on the EDS side. Welcome to the very first gameplay breakdown, and this is where we're going into the IM and EDS push, what we've just discussed, right? So now you've got that little bit of background on what we're watching. Here we go. BTR already seeing IM pushing from the south. So BTR have a decision here. Do they hold the ground, or do they go down south and protect their builders and defend that south side from IM first? It is a decision if that's going to be really hard, because you can see that BTR are basically looking directly at EDS on the other side of the spire. So here we're watching now IM closing down the distance, almost in at that distance to the builders here, and BTR do need to make a call, and I'm guessing the call, and this is obviously in the Discord at the time, is to call back, right? Is to pull back, and we're going to be watching all of BTR pull back to fight on the IM side. And you're going to be wondering, what is EDS doing, right? Because EDS is just kind of stood there, kind of mind their own business at first. And this is what I would call, honestly, really good just calls, right? Just patience. This is just patience, patience, patience. Waiting for your allies to be in the right position to start to attack. So you can see now all of BTR now moving, right? Moving down to the south, and instantly, look at this, without hesitation, EDS instantly now pushing through that spire. All of those troops that we saw walking all the way around that path to get to this position are now coming into the fight. And this is where things are going to get very sketchy for BTR. They're going to get sandwiched between the BTR, well, between the EDS members here and the IM members. Especially those ones you just noticed that are on the top side that are very slow. The guys that weren't paying attention, didn't move to the last minute. Guess what? They're going to get picked off, unfortunately. But the fight is already on the occur, and here we go. The EDS Bloodfest and Slaughter that I was telling you about is on the showcase here, and they are picking apart every single BTR member that was not ready to move, and that was on basically AFKs. If you're AFK, you deserve to die. I'm just going to be that guy. I'll be that guy here, right? I'm going to be him. Because this is devastating. Look how many troops there is, man. This is fucking insane. Even re-watching this from the live stream, this is just insane. How many troops are on the field here for both sides of EDS and BTR. And now this is where BTR have got problems. EDS on the other side, out of the Spire range now, pushing into the BTR camp. And the really important thing, but we pause the carnage here to make a really important note, is the battlefield, right? If you notice the zone around, right, you're going to notice it's a dotted line. So the blue dotted line signifies that it's a flag being built and it's not currently there, meaning there's no Alliance territory buffs. So this fight area is actually a really good zone for EDS to be fighting in, because obviously a lot of the BTR members might feel comfortable here. However, they're not actually gaining any territorial buffs compared to being on actual online built territory, right? And this is very important because now you're going to see BTR taking a fight, trying to hold their ground, defending their builders to the bitter end. And look at how much you have here on the EDS side, pushing with the infantry first, going in the massive amount of different artifacts on showcase. I can't even keep up how many is being used, guys. We've got Terrifying Infernos, we've got Earthing Judgments, we've got Nightmarish Reveries, we've got even Vicious Strike, Mocking Chorus, Striking Light. Look, all the different names are out there. If you're playing bingo, you definitely hit a line right there in this war, and it's going even deeper. EDS pushing now, BTR even crazier back towards their builds, and this is where I'm telling you it's getting even scary, because you got to think, IM are fighting at the same time, guys. IM are fighting the BTR members, causing the BTR murder ball to be split in their decisions, right? Half of their members, or maybe 40% of their members, are going to be split, dealing with the IM to the south, making this northern murder ball here significantly weaker in terms of sheer numbers of troops there. And you can see this being a massive factor in the strategy of EDS and IM perfectly playing well. But look, BTR, I'm going to give credit where credit's due, guys. They did go and deal with IM first with that smaller group, like I said. So they are taking some, obviously, deads from the EDS fight, but they are beating the IM guys, right? They are pushing those guys away and getting positive trades, meaning they can, once they deleted those enemies, they can now bring those troops and focus back on the main primary objective, which is the EDS push, right? And you can see that start to develop in this first fight. And I honestly think this was the best push that EDS did in the first day one highlights, right? So this is all the part one when I streamed for around 4.5 hours, right? And this was an amazing push. You can see them, and this is why it was such a good push, because they've taken out all of the builders on the northern side. They're now delaying BTR from pushing any of that ability from the Alliance skill that we was talking about earlier, right? So they've got the Alliance skill on, no builders. They are wasting time that is on now, which is so good, because obviously on the EDS side, they activated it soon as they entered the zone, allowing them to get the full 50 minutes without any actual disruption. So they got full value out of this skill, compared to the BTR guys that haven't got full value here right as of now, right? And the cool thing is, this is one troop push. Remember that. All the EDS guys are pretty much staying here almost to the end until they get the call to maybe run back because it's not worth the deads anymore. But you can see every minute they are in here, and this is going already into an 8-minute fight, and this actual fight lasts for around 17 minutes in total. Every minute they're able to delay this flag is a win for EDS, and this was honestly a really good push from them, and this was the first example of this amazing EDS and IM versus BTR in Zone 3. But let's flip the table and let's go into the next gameplay breakdown. Welcome to the second fight, and this is pretty much in the exact same area, right? So we're watching BTR and EDS at the Spire Zone, while IM are currently still walking into position. So what happens generally between these fights, EDS were waiting and waiting for IM to go from spire to spire to obviously be in the position needed to push forward from the south side, so then they could push from the northern side like you saw in that earlier example. So it was a really good strategy. However, BTR adapted, and this is why I really like this game example and give credit where credit was due on the defensive side. BTR saw this, and they saw IM are not in position. They were not ready for this. So instead of waiting, I love this pull. They pull the trigger. They go for the fight. And they have so many members here on the BTR side. And they take the fight to EDS 1v1 straight up. They ain't messing about. They pull the trigger. They tank the spire with their troops and put all of their monstrous of a murder ball into action. And look how much artifact damage is on screen, guys. Every time you see purple is an artifact damage trigger going off. This is insane. It is crazy how much artifacts are going off every single second, guys. It is nuts. And BTR pushing through. Are they going to be able to do it? EDS holding very, very strong here with their murder ball. But this is where the game changer comes in. BTR running double Gresh Skogog rallies into the EDS murder ball, and this is devastating because these guys are going to be stuck in front, and if any sort of random AoE, any bad targeting, any lag in the bad favoring of the EDS side will trigger these nasty infantry counterattack rallies to do some serious area effect damage and counter-attack damage to all of the targets around them. And you can see from here, this is an amazing push. BTR using both of those rallies to full effectiveness here, using them to get through the choke point, almost starting to spread out. EDS trying to address this, kiting back very, very beautifully while keeping a very tight murder ball too, with this little, you know, almost rectangular, almost eclipse version of a circle here. But look at that, the monstrous Goresh Skogol rally is at the yellow bar, so it is taking damage, it is doing some work here, it is doing some monstrous bit of space here. And when we look, where's IM? Where is IM? They're nowhere near yet. They're still walking into position here. They are not ready for this fight. This was a beautifully executed BTR push against the EDS and IM members, and honestly I had to put this in this whole highlights because this is what showcases really good split decision making at that just moment, the split second, you know, that go guys, we just need to go, they're not ready, we are, let's just go guys. This is what makes a battle in Call of Dragons, right? This is what makes you win and what can make you lose in Call of Dragons here. And this is what is just beautiful to watch, right? The fact that we see BTR on the upper hand in this clip, but in the first clip we saw some beautiful, again, strategy coming from the EDS and IM, making them have the upper hand. And this hopefully gives you guys a little bit of the insight of why this fight was arguably the best fight in Call of Dragons history. I was live streaming this for a total of almost 11 hours. And again, those links will be in the description down below if you want to check out those different live streams as part 1 and part 2. And it's just non-stop craziness, pure commentating, and obviously analysis of this situation. But a big W here for BTR, bro. BTR just pushing through all of that. I am only just getting into position, but it's too late. EDS were not ready for this, and BTR did a fantastic job at, you know, just fighting. However, I do want to address this because there is, if we fast forward it, a moment where we just zoom out and look around again. And I am currently now getting into position. And what occurs here is pretty simple. If we zoom in, we can see all of these BTR guys doing a fantastic job and EDS going for the recall, right? However, what I reckon could have happened, maybe a different change of events or a shot call could have been, you know, occurred potentially on this EDS side, and that could have changed the fate of the battle. And that is all about this whole fight, right? We saw how the fight started, BTR initiated, and it was nice to see EDS holding their ground, fighting till the end until they realized, look, there's just too much BTR here for us, so let's refresh and recall. However, I want to pause it here. This is the very key area. I don't understand, and potentially EDS could have, you know, kited back a lot more sooner, or just tried to run away a lot more sooner to this choke point. Fighting in this choke point was actually a really cool call that they could have made that might have made it in their advantage, right? Because if they've got less troops compared to this insane BTR murder ball that we saw in that Spire free zone, what they're able to do is, again, use their infantry, block the choke point, use their range, and try to just be the superior alliance in the focus fire, right? And hopefully burn down each unit by unit in the choke point. And by doing this, what they could do, again, slowly kite back. And when IM was in position, they could push through, now forcing BTR to make the same decision. Look, you've been dragged out all the way to this choke point, and IM are about to come knocking on your door. So what do? Do you keep fighting us, or do you pull back and defend your flags? So I really think there could have been a decision-making change here that could have redefined potentially history for this. However, what we're going to do, guys, is go over one more clip. And guys, this clip is the best one out of all of them. This one was just insane to watch, because this was when I was offline. So this one clip is a very special one, because none of you guys would have seen this through the live streams, because I had to obviously do some in real life stuff. You know, we had to do our responsibilities and pick up our little one. So we recorded the next fight offline. So I hope you guys enjoy this, because this was an absolute bloodbath. Welcome. This is gonna be just carnage. And if you've enjoyed the video breakdown so far, you know what to do. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Today, what this is gonna be is BTR. BTR are picking the push. So you saw from that last fight, they were superior in pushing EDS and felt very, very confident. And from this confidence, they got all of their troops and pushed forward. And this was the first time they decided to take the fight to the north and take EDS on at their spire, because this spire was almost close to obviously being captured. They were about one flag away, as you're going to notice on the EDS side here. They're about one flag away from touching, so then they can obviously take this and carry on building towards the BTR guys, right? And this is it. This was absolute craziness. Are you prepared? Get your popcorn ready. We have the biggest murder ball you can clearly see here on the forecast here, boys, with a Goresh Skogul rally on the way to potentially be the initiator, but I thought was going to be, you know, we're walking in, using the rally to tank this damage. However, I was wrong. This is going to be the murder ball now, moving in first over the rally, making sure the rally has maximum damage capabilities when it's walking through here. And here we go. BTR launching the attack. Already one of this person here, Naya, big W to you, bro. Tanking that like a pug champers there for your entire lines. All of BTR are on their way, coming through the choke. EDS are being prepared, holding the line, boys. This is Game of Thrones. Hold the door, get ready, hit the line up, because this is chaos mode. Be prepared, because you are not gonna be, honestly, blown away with this. Here we go. Infantry in, infantry dead. Infantry all going in, every one of them charging in, coming in, tangling. Oh my god, I can't even keep up. There's so much CC. Over IFAX now coming in. The rally now coming in. Look at this. What is going on? Oh my god. BTR easily dropping around 100 plus artifact all at once, blasting through all of his infantry line here. Now it's BTR making the push. Can they do this? You've got an infantry trying to tank through here. EDS are defending miraculously here. And the thing is, you gotta remember, guys, this is really important here. EDS do have the refresh timers. They do, guys. They're gonna be able to get those units back. So for them, as long as they can wipe all of this out with at least maybe 1 or 2 refreshes, they're going to be happy with it. They're going to be happy. They will resource heal this and pretend it never happened to them. So this is going to be a very interesting fight. You can see here BTR definitely on the upper hand, going absolutely crazy, decimating all of these EDS members here. Are they going to be able to fight back? You can see how deep that Skogul or Goresh rally is into the backline here, allowing them to make a choice, right? And this is what's really powerful with infantry rallies. If they get really deep, like you can see that one is, you can cancel it, boys. You could cancel that, get that in, like you're just seeing instantly. The cancel of that infantry rally has happened, and now they're in the mix of things. Mocking Chorus coming out. Mocking Chorus coming out again. Nightmare Reverage trying to stop these nasty infantry units from moving forward, but the taunts are already in play. Terrifying Inferno coming out from the mages of the EDS members. They're trying their best to honestly hold this. Are they going to be able to do it? I don't know. This is absolute carnage, guys. This is BTR's finest hour on their attack here, being able to push through that choke point, now elongating, guys, elongating. Look at that beautiful banana. We love the banana. We love the girth, boys. We love the girth, boys, of that BTR banana here. But EDS, look at it a little bit thin. It's okay. EDS coming with the reinforcements. They're coming with the refresh. Look how much longer is that beautiful banana from EDS members. Slowly picking apart troop by troop. Are they going to be able to do this? You can see some of the members coming out of position, instantly getting targeted by BTR. BTR holding their ground fantastically here. You cannot deny this is one of the greatest standoffs in Call of Dragons history, guys. This is just history in the making, and I'm glad you guys are going to be able to witness this, because this type of stuff is what makes me love Call of Dragons. And EDS still fighting BTR. BTR looking insane, like as if none of those numbers have disappeared. There's so many troops still standing there. We've got acid breaths coming in, the breath of Gigantes, Pog Champs for the defense break onto 10 enemy units, trying to help there. Mocking Chorus whiffs, boys. Whiffs that Mocking Chorus to the center due to the Gold Crest immobilization we saw there. And here we go, look at it. You can see the reinforcements slowly coming inch by inch to the EDS aid, and EDS here are now fighting back. Look at this, boys. You can actually see the EDS line moving forward. They are closing their lines. They are making this murder ball become a tighter and tighter AoE shape, making all of that mage damage do way more for them, right? Benefiting them so much more in an advantage position here. Is crazy. This is just craziness, guys. I could not imagine trying to play this on a mobile device. You are going to be cooking or making, you know, some brand new purchases on a phone to play this, because I don't think anyone would be able to witness this type of carnage in this type of view here. But look at it. BTR, phenomenal attack, guys. Absolute phenomenal attack here. Trying to hold as long as possible. Trying to stop EDS's flag potential. But EDS doing the greatest stand and not letting any of those BTR members get any more closer. They have held the line defensively so great here. And they're constantly bringing great reinforcements. To the point, look how tight this murder ball is now. This murder ball is so tight, while you can see the beautiful spread still of those EDS members. And now look, BTR are making the call. We need to either start to roll backwards, boys, or we fight to the death. And you can see some of those members ain't feeling it, so they're slowly working their way backwards and getting put into the Spire range, meaning that Spire is raining down terror onto these units. Massive IFAT damage again coming out of the EDS, and as you can imagine in this third clip, both alliances, big W's, guys. BTR showcasing here, honestly, one of the greatest pushes we will ever witness in God of Dragons history, as well as the EDS doing a fantastic job just defending, holding the line, not letting that BTR murder ball pierce through and go towards their builders. Amazing, absolute amazing. And if you're wondering what the carnage looks like, oh my lord, are you ready for this, guys? This is crazy. This is crazy. This arguably is the longest train of death units, I think, on one screen in Call of Dragons history. This is insanity. And this was the aftermath of the BTR push against EDS in that final war example. And if you guys have enjoyed it, like I said, you know what to do. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links down in the description below, and you can check out the full live streams. We've got 2 of them to check out. Part 1, when the zone opens, you can watch how everything begins, and then a massive 6-hour plus stream where you can just watch fight after fight until the actual end of day 1. So with all of that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky, guys, and peace out.